Today we're going to be painting the Canoptek Scarabs for the Necrons from Warhammer 40,000's Indomitus box set. We're going to be doing these speed painting, so it's going to get you through these really quickly in about 30 minutes, and they're going to look great for the battlefield. We're going to be following largely the same color scheme we used on the Necron Warriors, and the link to that video will be right up in the corner here. We're just going to add a little bit of extra here at the end. So the first thing we're going to do is a very heavy dry brush of Lead Belcher from Citadel. This is going to provide the start to our metallics on here. So it's just going to provide a nice dark silver across the entire model. We're going to follow this up with a lighter dry brush of Canoptek Alloy from Citadel, and this is going to go just over the raised bit, so don't go too heavy with this. You still want to be able to see some of the Lead Belcher underneath. And that's it for the bases of the metal across all the scarabs. So the next thing we're going to do is separate out the different types of metals here, and we're going to do that with shades. So the first shade we're going to use is Cryptek Armor Shade from Citadel, and we're going to hit this on all the heavy body panels there that are almost armor-like. It's going to separate those out from the skeletal pieces underneath. So go ahead and do the pretty heavy wash of the Cryptek Armor Shade over all of those raised metal pieces. And then just like on the Necron Warriors, we're going to use Basilicanum Gray contrast paint to get the skeletal pieces underneath. This will really darken those up a little bit, make them look a little bit oily, and really separate them from the armor panels on top. Now that's it for the washes. So the next thing we're going to do is a dry brush of Necron Compound, and this is just going to bring those metals slightly back together while also remaining slightly different enough that you can tell they're supposed to be different types of metal. And here's where this recipe is going to differ a little bit from the one we did on the Necron Warriors, in that we're going to try to do a little bit of some pretty easy object source lighting around the glowing orbs for these scarabs' eyes. So we're going to start with Ulthuan Gray for the orbs themselves. Just be pretty neat and fill in all those orbs with that first. Alright, in this next part we're going to be using White Scar. We're going to be doing an overbrush, a very heavy dry brush, on the areas directly around those white orbs. So this is going to provide two subtly different colors there between the Ulthuan Gray and the white. And then once we go over this with Tesseract Glow, it's going to give it a really cool glow effect with a very minimal effort. So just very carefully do it just around those areas to give it a little bit of a glow. And then for the final step, we're just going to apply the Tesseract Glow, do it heaviest on the eye itself, and then kind of drag it around a little bit more lightly over those areas where we put that white scar. You'll see once this dries, this gives it a really cool effect where it looks like that is glowing over onto the metal around it and reflecting off of it, and it takes such a small amount of effort. It's a very easily achieved effect that really adds a lot to the minis. And that is it. Here you see our finished scarabs. In total, this took me about 30 minutes, start to finish, not counting throwing the basing material on there. Very easy way of doing it, and the glow effect at the end adds just a little bit more character than we did on the Necron Warriors we did in the beginning. So we'll see you next time.